So what's funny is we have certification in-house that we do on calories, composition, nutrition, timing. We call it CCNT. I have a young man over here, one of our trainers, taking that certification now. So hopefully he gets some good information that he can apply to the test. I've had a lot of questions about nutrition, and good, ask questions. I've shared more than adequate enough to get you guys through this challenge. People are always looking for the magic bullet, that one thing that will completely change how they look, how they feel. And something generally is pretty easy. And I'll be honest with you, no, it doesn't exist. You can't do it with a pill. You can't do it with following this diet or that diet. You can make change in the short term, but to get long-term change to come about, you have to keep a couple of things in mind. When it comes to your weight, calories are king. Eat too many calories, you'll gain weight. Eat too few calories, you'll lose weight. Where that weight comes from, whether you're gaining or losing, comes down to the composition of your calories, your macronutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, fats. Eat too many sugars, too many carbohydrates, you're a little more prone to gain fat. Eat too few, you'll lose weight, you'll lose some energy. It's a little bit of a balance. Eat too little protein, you'll lose a little bit of muscle. Eat too much protein, you'll gain weight, and there'll be some fat there, and maybe actually be primed to gain weight and muscle as well. Fat's the tricky one, because fat's not bad. People have that concept in their mind. Fat is bad, fat is bad. Actually, back in the 60s, this is a fun little fact, back in the 60s, sugar company paid a couple scientists to, without using a bad word, flub up a couple of reports and a couple of studies demonizing fat. Fat itself isn't bad. Now, fat in conjunction with processed carbohydrates, that's bad. What does that mean? McDonald's. No. Maybe you can do a salad there. There are some healthier options. But a lot of times those salads, especially when you use dressing, they're 13 to 1,500 calories. And remember, calories are king. Most of you should be getting somewhere between 15 and 2,000 calories a day. So one trip to McDonald's and getting one of their higher salads, guess what? Those are the calories you get for the day. So what does that mean, calories? Let's take a look at calories. Calories in versus calories out. Ideally, you eat frequently, 3 to 6 small meals throughout the day. That's going to keep your blood sugar even. That's going to give you energy. Some people eat one meal. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that if you only eat one meal and you eat less calories than you need to sustain, you'll lose weight. The inverse is true. Composition. This is tricky. If you do, or if you have some physical limitations, if you have some conditions that I don't know about, always speak to a physician. But let's go ahead and break it down as simply as we can. 40% of your diet should consist of complex and healthy carbohydrates, vegetables primarily, some starches. 30% of your calories should come from proteins, lean meats ideally, but there are other things you can do too. Chickpeas are a great source. And there's some other things as well. Milk has some protein in it. We sell protein shakes here. If you're not getting enough protein, it's not bad to supplement with one of those. And then fat should comprise the other 30%. Fats can be from butters, specifically nut butters, so almond butter, cashew butter, peanut butter to an extent. Remember, that's the legume, and usually when we buy that, it comes chock full of sugar. Fish is a great source. Avocados are a great source. Olive oil is a great source. Coconut oil is a great source. So 40, 30, 30. So what does that mean? Remember this. 4 calories are in 1 gram of protein. I'm give him an answer over here. Hopefully I can get it right. Or hopefully he got it right. Doesn't need it. 4 calories are in a gram of carbohydrates. 9 calories are in a gram of fat. So that's why fat does come with a little bit of a caveat. There's a lot of calories in 1 gram of fat. So that is why you always have to take a look at how much fat you're actually getting. It's not because it's unhealthy, just because it's easy to overeat. Nutrition. A couple scientists registered dietitians and nutritionists were tasked with getting the bare minimum of your micronutrients, so your vitamins and minerals, into a meal plan that consisted of less than 2,500 calories a day. the lowest calories they could get to get everybody's recommended daily bare minimum allowance of those vitamins and minerals was 4,500 calories. Most of us should not be eating 4,500 calories. So that's why something like a multivitamin comes into play. Also understand that most of us who are trying to lose weight are going to be in a calorie deficit, and we're working out. Working out increases the requirements of vitamins and minerals. Eating less means you're getting less. So what a multivitamin can do is can fill those little gaps, fill those little holes. It's important. If you're low energy, if you don't know why, and you're taking a look at your macronutrients, those look good, then guess what? Maybe throw in a multivitamin. It's a fairly inexpensive way to make sure you're getting what you need, especially in a calorie deficit. And then the timing of the meals. Calories in versus calories out. Timing is less important when it comes to weight loss or weight gain, but it can be important when it comes to energy. If you are dragging through the day because you have not eaten, eat more. Smaller meals, but more frequently. If you notice you're a ton of energy and you're maybe eating a little bit too much because you're eating frequent meals, maybe cut it back. I like to fast a little bit. I'm not recommending that necessarily. But I find I function very well until about 1 o'clock on an empty stomach. Guess what? I'm eliminating my breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. Not necessarily. You can get away without eating those things. So I start eating around 1. It helps me keep my calories under control. I don't generally suffer from energy and fatigue. It works well for my schedule because I don't get a lot of rest. I don't get a lot of breaks when I'm at my job. Calories, composition, nutrition, timing. Calories are the most important facet when it comes to how much you weigh. Composition is the most important facet when it comes to what that weight comes from, fat or muscle. Nutrition, we have a lot of holes in our nutrition because, number 1, food sucks. Number 2, most of us are in a calorie deficit when we're trying to lose weight. Number 3, we're working out more because we're trying to lose weight. Multivitamin is very important. And then timing. Timing is less important, but what is important is that you are finding something that works well within your schedule that's maintainable long term. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully I didn't talk too long. If you do have any questions, though, send them here below. Email me back. You guys are doing really well. I'm really impressed. This is a test run for the city that we're doing. Everybody's engaged. Everybody's made every session they're supposed to make. So good job. Keep going. Respond, engage. If you have questions, comments, email me back. Thanks, guys.